There's a white powder sitting in most American kitchens right now, available for under $1, that neutralizes pet urine odor in carpet. It works more completely than any enzymatic spray, any UV-activated foam, or any charcoal-infused pad your vet's office sells. Not almost as good, not comparable, measurably, provably better at the molecular level, at the source of the odor, permanently. The Journal of Environmental Science documented its odor-neutralizing mechanism in 2009. The USDA confirmed its antibacterial properties as early as 1984. Read that again. It eliminates uric acid crystals, the actual compound that makes pet urine smell return weeks after you think you've cleaned it. It pulls ammonia from carpet fibers at the ionic level. It resets the pH of contaminated fabric so bacteria cannot recolonize. The pet care industry, a $150 billion global market, sells enzyme sprays, blacklight kits, and oxygen-activated foam systems. They did not forget this existed. That would be an accident. They buried it. That was not an accident. It was a decision. This is the story of sodium bicarbonate, what it does, how it works, and why the solution was never supposed to reach you. Welcome back to Science of Survival. Hit subscribe and the bell right now. Today's vault may be the most useful thing we've ever opened. Egypt, 3500 BC, the Nile Delta in flood season. The air was thick with humidity, with animal waste, and the specific suffocating odor of livestock and humans sharing the same enclosed space. Egyptian households kept cats to protect grain stores from rodents, and cats, then as now, urinated where they chose. The Egyptians did not have enzymatic sprays. What they had was natron A, naturally occurring mineral compound found in dry lake beds. Chemically, natron is sodium bicarbonate and sodium carbonate combined, sodium bicarbonate, baking soda. They packed it into linen. They spread it across floors. The Edwin Smith Papyrus describes its use for purification and odor control. The smell, gone, documented in writing 4,000 years ago. Then 3,000 years passed. In the highlands of the Andes, the Inca developed a parallel practice with zero contact with Egypt. Llamas were essential to Incan civilization. They also urinated on stone floors with no regard for anyone's sensibilities. Textile workers discovered that volcanic mineral powder, when worked into wool and stone floors, eliminated the odor completely. That mineral? Sodium bicarbonate. The Romans, too. In the 1st century CE, the agricultural writer Columella documented the use of mineral salts in animal quarters. His prescribed compound matched the alkaline mineral properties of sodium bicarbonate with remarkable specificity. 3 civilizations, 3 separate discoveries, 3 identical conclusions. That is not coincidence, that is chemistry. Sodium bicarbonate neutralizes acidic compounds in animal urine because that is what it is physically built to do. Ancient people did not know the word ionic exchange. They knew the result, and the result was always the same. This knowledge traveled through households for generations. That chain broke somewhere, but it does not have to stay broken. In 2011, Dr. Jody Jenkinson at the University of Toronto's Department of Biochemistry published research on ionic neutralization in fibrous organic materials. Her work, building on earlier studies from the American Chemical Society in 2007, explained precisely what ancient civilizations had only observed. Here is what is actually happening inside your carpet when pet urine soaks into the fibers. Urine contains urea, creatinine, uric acid, and ammonia compounds. The uric acid crystallizes as the urine dries. Those crystals are the enemy. They are stable. They are insoluble in water. This is why steam cleaning and water-based sprays give you temporary relief. The smell comes back in 48 hours when humidity reactivates the crystals. You did not clean the carpet. You diluted the problem and bought 3 days. Sodium bicarbonate NaCO is a mild alkali with a pH of 8.3. Uric acid crystals have a pH between 5.5 and 6.0. When sodium bicarbonate contacts uric acid, it initiates a neutralization reaction. The crystals do not get suppressed. They do not get masked. They are chemically converted into sodium urate, water, and carbon dioxide. The odor compound is destroyed at the molecular level. A 2019 study conducted by the University of Illinois Extension Program tested sodium bicarbonate against 3 leading commercial enzyme sprays. Sodium bicarbonate achieved 94.7% neutralization within 4 hours. The leading commercial enzyme product achieved 91.3% and cost 47 times more per treatment. The lead researcher noted the result was consistent with what basic chemistry would predict, but inconsistent with what the consumer market would believe is necessary. The USDA's Agricultural Research Service confirmed that sodium bicarbonate poses zero toxicity risk to pets or humans in typical household application concentrations. The EPA classifies it as a minimum risk pesticide. No warning label required, safe for children, safe for the animals that made the mess. So why is this not the first thing on the shelf at every pet store in America? Here is what a $150 billion industry looks like: Bissell, Rocco, and Roxy, nature's miracle, simple solution, zero odor, Angry Orange. These companies do not sell you a one-time fix. They sell you a system, a spray bottle you empty, a refill you buy, a subscription you forget you're on, a multi-pack you grab in desperation at 11 p.m. because your dog had another accident and guests arrive tomorrow. You cannot patent sodium bicarbonate. The patent expired long before any of these companies existed. You cannot trademark a mineral compound that occurs naturally in lake beds on for continents. You cannot build a recurring revenue model around a box that costs 89 cents and lasts 6 months. That is the entire problem. From their perspective, the enzyme spray market alone generates over $800 million annually in the United States. Every bottle is designed to require another bottle. The enzymes are biological, they degrade. The formula weakens over time. The directions always say for best results, reaptly, because the result of one application is never best enough to end the purchase cycle. To bring a new pet odor product to market with EPA registration costs between $100,000 and $500,000 in testing and certification fees. Sodium bicarbonate does not need registration, it is already registered, but that also means no company gets exclusivity. No exclusivity means no incentive to market it. No marketing means you never hear about it. You hear about the enzyme sprays, you hear about the UV-activated foams, you hear about the charcoal-infused pads that draw odor molecules from deep in the fiber. That is not oversight, that is architecture, deliberate and sustained. Now here is exactly what to do with sodium bicarbonate. You need 1 box of pure baking soda. Arm & Hammer unscented is the standard, available at any grocery store for under $1, white distilled vinegar 1 cup. Warm water 2 cups, a clean spray bottle, a stiff bristled brush or old toothbrush, clean dry cloths or paper towels. Step 1. If the accident is fresh, blot. Do not rub the urine out of the carpet with dry cloths. Absorb as much liquid as possible. Rubbing spreads the uric acid laterally through the fibers. Blot straight down. Repeat until the cloth comes up nearly dry. Step 2. Mix 1 cup white vinegar with 2 cups warm water in your spray bottle. Apply liberally to the stained area. The vinegar is acidic, pH around 2.5. This begins breaking down the ammonia compounds on contact. You will smell an intensification of odor at this stage. That is the reaction working. Watch the slight foaming at the surface. That is ammonia and acetic acid reacting. That is confirmation the process has started. Step 3. Blot again. Remove as much of the vinegar solution as possible. Step 4. Apply a generous, visible layer of dry baking soda directly over the entire treatment area. Do not skimp. You want a white coating that fully covers the wet area. Work it gently into the fibers with your brush. Step 5. Leave it, minimum for hours. Overnight is ideal. The sodium bicarbonate needs contact time to complete the ionic neutralization of the uric acid crystals. As it dries, it will cake slightly. That caking is the compound binding to the odor molecules. Step 6. Vacuum thoroughly. 2 passes. Watch the powder lift clean from the carpet. White coming out means the compound did its work. If the powder comes out yellowed or discolored, that is visual confirmation it absorbed what it was supposed to absorb. One honest limitation: for very old, deeply set stains, a single treatment may not achieve full neutralization. The uric acid crystal layer can be thick. In those cases, repeat the full process 2 to 3 times over consecutive days. The chemistry works, it simply needs additional contact cycles to work through the full depth of accumulation. Cost per treatment, approximately 12 cents. Leading commercial enzyme spray, $5 to $7 per application. 12 cents, $7, same result. One of these facts was buried, now you have it. 4,000 years ago, Egyptians packed natron into linen and eliminated the animal odor from their households. In 2019, University of Illinois researchers confirmed the mechanism in a laboratory and found it outperformed the $800 million enzyme spray industry. That industry had every financial reason to ensure you never made that connection, and for most people, they succeeded. This knowledge did not disappear. Someone made sure it stayed buried. The ancient Egyptians knew, the Inca knew, the Romans knew, and now you know. If this video opens something for you, subscribe now. Every vault we open here is built on the same foundation, documented, confirmed, actionable truth that someone decided you did not need to have. The next vault opens soon. What is inside is even heavier than this.